Aquarius, welcome. This is going to be a reading for the 2 weeks of November coming up. This is November 1st to the 15th. And we're going to be looking at what you can either expect, but mostly the most powerful, impacting energy around you during these first 2 weeks of November coming up. All right, so right now we are asking the question for people whose sun, moon, rising, or Venus, the most predominant energy in your chart might be Aquarius, even though your sun sign might be Cancer. So we are looking at Aquarius sun sign. What's coming up these first 2 weeks that Aquarius needs to be aware of? What energies can they use? And what are we looking at for these first 2 weeks of November for Aquarius? Okay. Well, I will tell you this, charge forward, Aquarius, because this is definitely your time. You have very powerful cards here. The Sun card is a big yes card. The World card, so if you're afraid that you're not going to reach or achieve some goals, you're wrong. But you do have to look at the spiritual. There is some stuff here that we do have to look at for. Make sure you can see all these cards that I'm laying out. Okay. So, Aquarius, you even have the King of Swords, which represents an Aquarian man. Okay, could. All right. Aquarius is represented by swords. We have the Five of Swords, the Eight of Swords, the Ten of Swords, and the Six of Swords. The Knight of Swords. So this is telling me, a lot of this is very airy, just like Aquarius is, okay? And what I'm going to address first is going to be the Knight of Swords. And this would be, get ready to charge in because you've got some renewed business, financial activity. I mean, love, everything. So it would be time to rise into more, if you're looking at creating a family or being in a relationship or wanting a relationship, that definitely looks like that's happening. Your wish, something that you have wished for and wanted in the past, is coming, and you're pleasantly surprised by this. It also is talking about positive career changes, home environment changes, work changes, romance, if you are single, a new romance, and even the relationship being renewed that you are already in. So I would say with the Sun card on top of you, one of the things that I want you to really pay attention to, because this is a card of, yes, this is cosmic consciousness, God consciousness. It's the light, okay? It's the field of energy around you. It's what are you moving into and what are you conscious of? What is your higher purpose? Because I've got the harmony and I have things going smoothly for you, and I see a lot of money, and I see you planting more seeds, and I see an awakening, and I see this is a spiritual awakening, as well as having forces beyond your awareness maybe helping you. And I see an earth sign woman here, or this could be representing you. We're going to get more into the reading. So everything, for the most part here, is talking about, the yes to you. So if you're looking at, what is your appearance? Do you want to change your appearance? Anything. It's like this is something very positive. And so I want you to think about what you're formulating and what it is that you want to create. And I will tell you why that is so important. We have fantastic cards here for you, but I want to make sure with this crossing you, the World card crosses you, you must break through of any restricted or restrictive influences that are blocking you from maintaining or reaching your goals. Okay, why? Because I have the Eight of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Ten of Swords. So, it's like what you have is like everything is like right here for you. You're charging into it, but I need you to go all the way. I need you to reach the Ace of Pentacles, where literally, like, the divine energy just begins to hand you things. And so, what we're talking about here is moving energy and thoughts that keep you in negative cycles. Worry, for example, of the future, right? My God, am I enough? And, could other people cause me some misfortune? Am I choosing the right thing? Are you also emotionally or mentally stressed? Do you always look behind you? And do you do self-defeating behaviors, or I'm sorry, self-defeating thoughts? Now, the beauty is that's looking in the past, and I like that. And the 6 is actually moving into this reading. But I also see here, there's these great opportunities, but are you thinking that you have something to overcome? Do you think that, oh God, you get lucky breaks? Do you think that, you always have to uncover or overcome unfortunate circumstances in relationships? Screw that. Come on, time's up. That's over. Okay. This person here in this card is very loosely bound. She could get out of these, whatever, looks like cloth bindings that are around her. She's standing in stagnant water. She's blindfolded. She's her own victim. She's not a victim, and neither are you, Aquarius. You have the ability to nurture and bring forth the very things that you want. And for some of you who are interested in doing things like taking care of the earth or in giving back, this would be a time when you absolutely will. You're going to have a lot of awakenings and realizations spiritually about what your purpose here is. Also, when you are making a lot of money, and it could be helping others. But she's stagnant in old emotions. That's the stagnant water she stands in. Her castle is right behind her. All she has to do is just move and take that blindfold off and turn around. Okay? Get out of the stagnant emotions. Get out of thinking, what's going to go wrong. Okay? There's nothing, but yes, you should always plan. But what I'm trying to say is it looks like you've set your plan. You're keeping yourself stuck because you're not actually taking the action. Okay? When you have that 10 of Swords as well, it's like you don't have to question the motive of others. Okay, this is telling me things go smoothly for you, even though there might be adverse or hard conditions. There might be some disputes. You might have somebody say to you, we're going to cancel our contract with you. We're not going to work with you. You're fired. I'm going to tell you something. It says, let it go. It's the darkness before the dawn. You weren't growing to your potential anyway if that happens. Or it says, you have the ability to fix that. You're not a victim. Think about your thinking. Look at what the universe is trying to offer you. If you look at the Ace of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles has a hand coming out of the sky, handing whoever wants to take it a golden pentacle. Okay, this again goes with these cards here. It's yes, this is potential. Okay, this is prosperity, it's satisfaction. And why do we have this 4 here? Okay, and so what it's telling me is you've got all the successes being offered to you. You've got to clear things away from your past. You have a habit and pattern you keep going into, Aquarius, with relationships, and it's about follow through. It's about you are able to get exactly what you want, but why do you keep giving away the farm? It says you don't need to. You need to go back to your basics here. I want to put another card here. Okay, so this is a card of communication or messages, okay? So it would be communication that you have with yourself. It could also be, I'm going to have to layer this because I can feel your stuckness, Aquarius. It's like, come on, we're getting to the pinnacle of success. Aquarius has the ability to, you have just the most amazing minds. It says you're slowly but surely getting ahead, okay? Does say that you're dealing with people that it looks like more females than male or more female energy, okay? A lot of great passion here. But it also says you also have to protect yourself because sometimes passion can be blinding. And it's talking about relationships with someone of the same sex. But that doesn't mean it just, this is basically, Aquarius, I would say this by looking at this. Look at the relationship you had with an older man in your life, which would be a father figure, an uncle. It even could be a teacher. Okay. You don't need to defend yourself anymore. Okay. What it's talking about is, of course, you need to tame and not tame your passion. You need to harness your passion and you need to direct it. You know, yes, you have the ability to shield and defend yourself now. You can have a relationship with yourself and with money and with love and with others that are going to go against the ideas that this older man planted within you. This could even represent an overbearing female in your life that is older, someone that was unwilling to change, someone that's extremely stubborn. And it says this is a situation that's very temporary for you right now, which is fabulous, okay? Because what it says is you're going to take a risk, okay? You're taking a chance and you're like, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm going to do this. I want this. I'm going to talk about the things that I want to myself. I'm not going to feel discontent anymore. I'm not going to look at what people are offering me and I'm not going to think back on what this person did to me, how this person made me think. Screw that. This is the way I'm going to start thinking. This is a Garden of Eden, okay, to me. I'm taking that. I'm not going to think these thoughts anymore. And it says you're going to have a lot more fun, enjoyment, celebration. And we have the knot card. I don't, as you can see, I do not read reversals, okay, even though the knot came up upside down. It does look like this person unsuccessfully. In other words, they stop affecting you. You untie the knot. Why? Because you claim your throne. What's your throne? The word throne, okay, so think about this. You are in a position of authority when you sit on a throne, are you not? And so if you rule your mind, if you rule your life, if you create your life, if you create the thoughts that you think about this older person, you have the power to change what happened or the way this person could be influencing you now. It doesn't have to be somebody from the past. It could be an employer. It could be the way that your father or your mother or your uncle or your brother is influencing you. It says you're in the position of authority. Claim it. The word authority has the word author in it. It means you write the script. Now, in December, it says, you could be feeling like you're really pinched, okay? And it could just be by this person. Here's the beauty. In December, it says a path is waiting for you to uncover it and find it, right? So what you do now in this month of November uncovers what we find in December. And you might feel like, oh my God, this is not going to work. But I'm telling you, it says happiness and well-being is yours. So it does work. But you must be decisive. You can't let your thoughts and your feelings and your mind wander aimlessly. Again, this wheel is constantly churning, okay? Because what happens is this new job or career or opportunity that you are actually creating comes to fruition in July. So right now you're in this creative phase and each month you're creating more money. You're changing your thoughts, okay? You're touching and you're getting within yourself. You know that you can do this. You know you're the creator of your reality. In July, it says it comes to fruition. Yes, there are people that are acting stupidly around you. It says, again, step into a new experience. Okay. You've got to stop with the habit and pattern of thinking that people are in your way. You've got to stop thinking about what people are saying about you and start thinking about what you say to yourself. Okay. How do you talk to yourself? So this is talking about self-talk. Okay. And it looks like coming right up, there's a short journey that you're going to be taking. And that short journey will open some doors for you. All right, so let me get a little bit more clarity here, and then we're going to look a little bit deeper. Okay, my darling Aquarius. Now I'm talking to Aquarius. This is the Fox card. This is shrewdness. This is resourcefulness, especially in business. Okay, so if you need to take a break and get your head clear, if you need to go on a vacation, do it. You need to reconnect with that sharp, sharp mind you Aquarians have. You need to get really clear on what you're allowing in your relationships, what you want in a relationship, how you want to change your relationship, make it better. It isn't controlling someone else, as you already know. It is about controlling self, and it says you will have great good fortune. So, Aquarius, this is fab. I love it. Okay, let's see what else we're going to learn about y'all. What else can we learn spiritually, energetically, for the first couple weeks in November for Aquarius? Oh, yes. Soul solitude, support. Okay, so here we go. This is beautiful. I love it. So the soul solitude is you've got to get away. Your soul needs some attention. You know, there's moments when it's super important to get away because it brings a clarity. You can hear the messages from the universe. Your soul has got to be in a place of peace for that. You've got to turn off all the noise, the phones, the computers, everything that's connected to a world that is telling you how you're supposed to be instead of you knowing who you are. And when you get into that experience, it says, and you start to reflect, you're going to find, yes, you know what? I hear that voice. I know that I'm supported. And people are going to begin to come into your life. I mean, they all come into our lives for many different reasons. They give us many different things, but they almost always mirror something within us, even the things we don't want. And so it says that you might have some people come in from the past because you need to learn more from them. And you might find that you're going to have people that come into your life that are permanent. And so the key word here is support. So people who actually support you need to be welcomed. When you have people coming in who don't support you, take a look at that. How do you not support yourself? And you might think about setting a boundary with that person, okay? Setting boundaries for yourself, because it says there's a new beginning here that's coming your way. Everything is constantly vibrating. So the question is, what are you vibrating to? Are you vibrating to the old habits and patterns of thinking that you're a victim to others or that you're lost? Or are you getting guilty? Or are you feeling like, oh my God, I don't want that? You need to start thinking about what you want. You need to think about having courage because you've got a beginning coming up that could be magnificent. It can be good and that might be enough for you, but it says you need faith because right now the universe is doing everything to nudge you forward. But if you can't hear your own soul, if you can't get into that, how are you going to be able to do this? You see what I mean, Aquarius? I think it's really great to take a break, even just to go on a hike by yourself. Or you could take someone that you love very much on a hike and just do a silent hike or spend time not talking for a day. See what that feels like because it says what you're struggling with, you don't know it. It's very deeply subconscious, is the conflict of defeat. Experiences in our lives, that we bring up, we don't even know we have these beliefs anymore because we were so young when we took them on. Sometimes we know exactly where they come from, but it says the truth here is that you have choice and that the outcome will be rejoicement. You will be able to rejoice and celebrate, right? But why would you have to go through that? Because I'll tell you why. Because those are just beliefs that were fed to you. They're not even yours. It was an experience that you had maybe because you were an effect of other people. And now you don't have to be. So you can choose differently. And you're being shown the truth. You now control. You are no one's victim, like this says. You are not going to lose everything. The truth is the choices, decisions, and the actions that you take are going to bring you to this celebratory state. But you have to get out of the conflict and defeat, or you're going to get a combination of conflict, defeat, success, courage, faith. How about just rejoicing in the celebration? But again, the power is in taking a moment and thinking about self. What do I need? Maybe you read some religious texts. Maybe you do something spiritual for yourself. Maybe you just go on a retreat. Take that journey that I see here, because it says solitude is called for. This pillar behind this woman and this evening star, which is in and of itself, we could go into all of it, but we don't have time for that here. And the woman being in blue it's a very spiritual card of paying attention to what you're thinking and feeling and your habits and patterns, and learning that the truth is that you are a spiritual being having a physical experience. And so knowing that you are a spiritual being, what are you calling up and in from your spirit? Because your spirit doesn't know conflict and defeat. That's that bullshit that you get in your brain because of old habits, patterns, beliefs, and what you were told. That, you need to put that candle out. You don't do that anymore. You need to lift your cups and you need to celebrate, Aquarius, but you're only going to find it if you get quiet. Anyway, if you like this, please, if you like this reading, please like it. And if you would like a private reading, please follow the links below. And you can go to my website and book a reading with me. I look forward to you checking in here for the last 2 weeks of November.